Hi, KA1CM here. My name is Charlie. So today I will talk about how to UHF frequency calibration on OpenGD77. So there is a lot of problem going on and so many people have the problem with their hotspot. So for this particular problem is when you have multiple radio and you try to make all of them work with one hotspot, right? The problem with the hotspot is the radio chip that is on the MMDVM hat on the hotspot is very picky on the center frequency. If the radio is like off by couple hundred hertz, the MMDVM hat will not picking up the signal because it's not on the frequency. For example, my hotspot is on 434.95. So if my radio is transmitting on 434.92, for example, the hotspot will not picking up the signal from the radio because the bandwidth of the MMDVM hotspot is very narrow. There is no problem with the real repeater or another radio because the radio chip in the real radio is not that narrow. So we don't have that problem, and it's very frustrating if you don't know this fact. So for today, I have Radio GD77 and I am on Bandmeister Parrot, and I will key up and my hotspot gonna pick up on there. K1CM. And we have a parrot response. Again, another radio. This is RD5R on Bandmeister Parrot, talking to the hotspot again. K1CM testing. Now, the problematic radio. This Baofeng 1701, I will try to key up and talk to my hotspot to the Bandmeister Parrot. K1CM. K1CM. As you can see that the two radio can pick the signal up from the DM1701, but the hotspot is not, because this 1701, the deviation of the center frequency is off from what the hotspot would love to. So how to fix that? What you need is an SDR radio. So I have the SDR play here, and I took the antenna off because it's too sensitive. So get the antenna off, and all of my radio is transmitting at 50 milliwatt anyway. What you have to do is go to your SDR software. So I use SDR Connect, and then turn your SDR on. Now you have the spectrum here, and you're gonna have to zoom in. And for the SDR Connect, sorry for that, we have auxiliary spectrum scope here on the right, and I zoom to 40%, and that is my center frequency. And you can see the plus frequency and the minus frequency here, right? So start with the radio that you know is work. For example, you know that this GD77 work. Now go to the VFO mode, and then go to the FM, not DMR. Press and hold the red button, so you have FM, right? So, and then go to 4350000. There you go. 4350000, and make sure you transmit at the lowest you possibly can, which is 50 milliwatt. Now key that up, or you can key up like further away from your SDR as possible as you can. So I will keying up further away from the SDR. Can you see that? The center frequency is off. Is the white line is on 0.5 to the right. So this radio is 0.5 kilohertz off frequency. Again, for the RD5R, FM 435, FM 435000, and as low as you can, 50 milliwatt. Sorry for the focus. Yep. As low as you can, 50 milliwatt. Yep. And then again, key up as far as you can. You can see this RD5R center frequency is plus 0.5. Again, there is no point to make it 0 because you don't know if your SDR is perfect. If you want it perfect, you will need something like GPS discipline oscilloscope, GPS discipline oscillator. So it's a frequency creator that tie to the GPS, so you know that the frequency that it creates is perfect. I don't have that, so I don't care. So you can see it's off by 0.5, but I don't know if it's really off or if my SDR is off, so I just leave it at that. I know my GD77 work with my hotspot. I know my RD5R is working with my hotspot. I will make my 1701 working with my hotspot. I don't know and I don't care how true the frequency of these three radio is because I don't know how true the frequency of my SDR is. Again, so on the 1701, go to VFO mode, 4350000, as low as you can, FM, key it up. Get it away so that, turn the volume off so it's not feedback. You can see this one is 0.5 but on the left side, right? So that is only almost 1 kilohertz deviation from that first two radio. Now we're gonna calibrate the 1701. Go to menu, options, calibrations. Normally when you get here, you will get in first page here is the power calibration. We don't need that, we need frequency calibration. Use SK2 and down. SK2 down. This is the calibration of the VHF. We don't want that. We want UHF, right? SK2 down until page number 3. 435 megahertz calibrations. Now you key it up. You can see the center frequency is like minus 0.5. So what you do, put P1 or P2, I don't know which one. So try P1. So now is minus 63 here, put P1. So it's minus 71. Key it up. Can you see now the center frequency is off by minus 1. That is not what we want. We want to go another way. So P2. P2. Let's try 48. Key it up. Yay. So almost there, right? So that the first two radio is at 0.5. This is almost 0.5. So I will go a little bit further, like more P2. Let's do 45. This is minus 45. Key it up. Perfect. So we are at 0.5 plus 0.5. That's good. Now save it. SK2 and green. Save it. Now it's saved. Go to the memory mode. Bandmeister parrot. Stop the SDR and bring the hotspot dashboard back. Sorry for that again. I have to move my camera. Yep. Okay, this is the hotspot dashboard. So it's not talking to the hotspot before. Try this one. KA1CM, KA1CM testing Bandmeister parrot on DM1701. KA1CM, KA1CM testing Bandmeister parrot on DM1701. Now you have it. That's how you calibrate the frequency of the OpenGD77 radio. Good luck. Have fun. KA1CM 73.